Hello and welcome to this Board Game Life. I'm your host, Mark, and today I'm unboxing Ricochet Robots from Rio Grande Games. Ricochet Robots is less of a game and more of a puzzle, which explains why there's such an odd number of solutions possible. There's a 4-piece modular board that forms a large room with walls spread around the board. There are also color-coded targets on boards. Placed on top of the surface are 4 robots. The idea for each turn or puzzle is to get the like-colored robot to a randomly selected target. The trick is that once a robot starts moving, it will continue to move until a wall or another robot stops it. Therefore, players are seeking a sequence of moves for the robots that will enable them to move the required robot to the target in the fewest moves. This game's designed by Alex Randolph. Art is done by Franz Vauwinkel. This game is published recently by Rio Grande Games. The original published date is 1999, but they are now doing a reprint, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. It's for ages 14 and up. It plays 1 to however many you want. It says infinite on the box. BGG says 1 to 99 players, and takes about 30 minutes. All right, so before we get to the table, I do ask that you do like and subscribe and hit that bell icon. If I can get it to pop, there you go. Hit that bell icon as well so you never miss when new content is dropped. Okay, let's get to take a look at this. So I've played this game, and but this is like a reprint that has just newly come available. And let's see, I think it. So in here, so this is what I'll read from the back, that the classic is back. For the first time, this new edition of Ricochet Robots contains all previously published game boards in one edition. So there's 8 double-sided game boards, which are going to give you over 1,500 different combinations. 1 center connector piece, 5 robots, 5 position markers, 17 target chips, a sand timer, and the rules. So this is basically all previous release content now all in one box. So, which is nice because I played, like I said, I played it recently, and I'm like, enjoyed it. Something I would like to have, but this is a tough game for me. My brain has a really hard time with this game. So, but it's worth having, I think, and I'm glad there's a new version of it. All right, so it's one sheet. That's it. Back and front. That's the materials, the setup, how to play the game, how to end the game. And then there's a black robot variant. And you can game for 1 player. Looks like you can play solo now. All right, so let's see. So you can see we've just got these punch out. Oh yeah, these do punch out. So these are punchable. And again, you can see and there's 2 sides to each of these. These will punch out. I'll just show you because they'll connect. They'll connect in the middle. So I'll punch one out so you can kind of see. So you can see how you can interlock them with other boards. So you'll have 4 of these out. Let's see. How does that interlock? These all look to be... Oh, there's a lot of boards in here. And then you've got your good-sized robots. There's 5 of those. And a sand timer. And that's it. That's what comes in the box. I guess I can put my robots there. But essentially what you're going to... No, hold on. Did something wrong. There's more than that. Okay. Got to be a punch board somewhere. I'm missing something. There should be little tiles that you have. All right. These are regular. Here they are. I'm like, I know there's got to be more in here. Oh, here's the center connector. Okay. So this pops out, and then you'll put other boards around it. So you'll have 4 of these tiles. There we go. That makes more sense. That was snug as a bug in a rug, right in the middle. See if I'm missing anything else. 5, 6, 7, 8 boards. Okay. So this is the rest of it. So then you have, I believe, like these things, if I recall, they're going to be random, and you'll, if I recall, you pick one up and you'll place it in the middle or something like that. And wherever these robots are, everyone's trying to get like to this spot from wherever their robot is. And you can't stop. Open, says me, open. I'm not this weak. It just doesn't want to open up. Oh, they super glue it? So let me just put him here, and we'll put him here. So we'll just assume like an example here. So if we got to get to here, you've got to find a way. Like he could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can get there in 5 moves. He's got to find a way to get there in less moves if possible. So, which I don't think is going to happen, but I mean, obviously you'd have more board, but that's what you're trying to do. You can't stop and turn. You have to move all the way till you hit a wall. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, because you run into that, and then 5. So that's what you're trying to do. Now, like this guy, what's he going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, there's probably a way. Again, if you have more board, you can be moving around all over to try to work your way over here. But essentially, that's what you're trying to do in Ricochet Robots. And the timer comes up. So what happens is when it flips, everyone starts going, and you're not moving anything. You're just looking at the board. And finally, like Blue will say, I can do it in 5 moves. And once they do, they flip the timer, and then everyone has like 1 minute or whatever the length of the timer is. I think it was 1 minute. You have that long to see if you can get to that spot in less than that amount of time. And if you can't, then the other person proves, about 1 minute, it says. Then another person shows you how they got there, and then they would collect this as basically a point. And then you randomly flip another one over, and now he's over here. Well, it just happened to come up with a blue one again, so I know I can get there in, now I can get there in 3. 1, 2, 3. So this guy would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So he might be like, I can get there in 4. And I'm like, well, I can get there in 3. So that's kind of what you're doing. So say this guy said, oh, right away, 4, and he flips the timer. I could just kind of wait and go near the end of it, go 3. I'm not showing it. I go, I can get there in 3. Now he's got to try to find a better way. He's got to try to beat that. So you can kind of try to manipulate the timer and stuff like that. So, but essentially, that's kind of a quick rundown of the game. It's a lot of fun, but it's not easy, especially when you're trying to bounce and run these different paths, and you're just sitting there looking at the board, like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not mapping it out, and you can be like, oh, I got this, and then when you go to do it, it's like, oh, I made a mistake, I can't do it. So it's a fun game. All right, well, thanks for checking out this unboxing of the newly reprinted version of Ricochet Robots. Hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like, subscribe button, and hit that bell icon, and we'll see you at the next one.